Okay, we are live from Corfu, Greece, and we're looking for pier runners as we're in the last 5 minutes of boarding the ship. Now, the port building is that reddish-brown building over there, about 800 meters away. There is a shuttle, you'll see it go by here, running back and forth, so they might cheat us of any potential pier runners. But we'll see if we can find any live here in the last 5 minutes. We got quite a few people on foot. We'll see what happens. Here in Corfu, it's been a little bit cloudy. We've had some spotty rains, but it stopped. There's about 5 or 10 minutes each rain, but it's just been cloudy, which is not too bad. The weather is in the mid 70s, so actually the sun was out just about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and it was actually a little warm as it beat directly on us. So when the clouds covered it again, that was actually pretty good. So we'll see if we can cover it. We got a bit of a slow connection there. I just got reported. As we wait for any cruise pier runners, let's see, we got a few. While we wait, we'll see how Laura's day was. How was your day?
Wonderful.
Wonderful day. Yes, it was a good day. We did some shopping. If you've not been to Corfu,
a lot of shopping.
There's if you just go into Old Town, which you can just get there from the public bus, there's a lot of little shops and cafes and whatnot along the street. So, we did some
bookstore
basic.
cafe.
Yeah, there was a cute bookstore. Yeah, you don't see a lot of bookstores like that in America that have a place to do coffee and whatnot. We didn't actually have coffee there. We had a coffee and a crepe at an outdoor place. But there was a lot of nice places there. Some nice woodworking from olive tree wood and some other things. There's a lot of ticky-tacky tourist type stuff. But other than that, it was street lines with shops and whatnot. There are, of course, your typical fortresses and other ruins here, as there is in most of the old countries. And if you've seen pretty much one fortress or one ancient church, you've probably seen them all. Although, they're all maybe worth a visit if that's your thing. But we've probably seen one, and like you'll see, let's see if we can get to this. There's nobody coming here, so we're okay. So there's a fortress up there on the hilltop down there. All right, let's see. We're getting close to 2:30. 2:30 is the boarding time. 3 is the departure time. So we're getting close to that period where we see some pier runners. Let's see if we have any. Again, I think that the shuttle bus is going to probably steal us the opportunity, but if it happens, we'll carry it to you live. If we don't see one today, join us tomorrow in Santorini, although that is a tender port. But if we can see the tender from our balcony for the tender pickup, we'll try to see if anybody runs to the dock at the last minute from tender. After that, we'll be in Mykonos 2 days from now. That is not a tender port, so if we're on the right side of the ship, we'll see if we can see it. And then after a sea day, we return to Split, Croatia, where we'll again see if we can see anything, and we'll bring that to you. So last couple ports, last 2 or 3 ports, I guess, we haven't been able to do this because we weren't on the correct side of the pier for docking. We didn't have a view. One of the ports, I think Kator, was a tender port, so we didn't have an opportunity there either. So let's see what we have happen here. We got a few people back behind the tour bus. They chose not to take it. Let's see what that does. So far, nobody running. And they are getting kind of close. Yeah, we're within 60 seconds or so.
Some could be going to the Viking ship.
They could be where?
Going to the Viking ship.
Yeah. Some of these people could be going to Viking, which, that would be a leisurely pace because Viking came in. There's a Viking ship in front of us. I'm not going to risk showing it to you because I'd likely drop my phone. But they came in about an hour after we did, or thereabouts, and so they're probably going to stay a little bit longer. It is 2:30 in the afternoon here, and there's an hour time difference than in Greece than there was in Croatia, so it's a 7-hour time difference back home on the East Coast. So good morning to all of you who might see this later or now. We've been operating mostly during the day, and it's overnight hours for most of you. So you also don't see any big shoppers returning. Nobody coming in with a lot of packages. We saw some earlier. They always can, it's always interesting. You see people coming back, to the ship with suitcases, and you're like, where are they coming from? Oh, they could just be buying suitcases to carry all their goods home in. We brought an empty suitcase just for that purpose, having learned our lesson in Alaska, and having there to purchase a separate suitcase bag to carry stuff home in. All right, let's see if I can see. Don't think you can see. Okay, yeah, no, the boarding gangways are still out, so no danger yet. We started with 5 minutes in order to try to give us a little bit of leeway, give you some extra time, a little bit without dragging it. But in 5 minutes, it might not be a big thing. Again, shuttle buses. They're grabbing all the people, stealing our opportunities. But again, we might see something, again, the upcoming ones, Santorini tomorrow, but a tender port. We'll see if we can see the tender pickup. Then Mykonos after that, and then we go back to Croatia after a sea day at Split, Croatia, and that also, Mykonos and Split, neither are tender ports, so possible opportunities there if we should dock on the correct side for our balcony to view. Bad shuttle bus. It's only 800 meters. We walked it on the way back. We took it on the way out to the port just because it was sitting there when we came down the gangway. But we just walked it on the way back. It's only 800 meters. It wasn't a big deal. But yeah, they're actually kind of full. So if there are shuttles, they're on the shuttle. They're on this boat and not the Viking that's up there. Use some more view. Well, I'll keep a side eye to see if anybody runs down the pier. Again, this is Corfu, Greece. Big stopping point from different points. There are 2 vehicle ferries over there. We saw quite a few getting on and off that. A couple of backpackers, I guess, backpacking their way through the areas. Come off there. Yep, there's an airport close by. That's just a little feeling of home there for us.
They pulled them all but one.
Okay, one of the gangways, Laura said, has come in.
Okay, there's only one still out.
Yep, the far gangway, the forward gangway has come in. So we are down to the wire. Let's see, we get anybody. Okay, we got a shuttle bus pulling in. So we're going to look for, after that shuttle bus leaves, does anyone come out after that? Now, to get back in, sorry, little zoom there. To get back into the port area, you got to come in that building. Okay, that's just way too shaky. That's my bad. And there, you got to come in that building and go through a little security. So depending upon what you have, it could take a little bit of extra time. We'll wait till that shuttle bus leaves, and we'll give it a minute or 2 after that, and then we'll just declare nothing fun happening today. I know it's not fun. You never want to be a pier runner. I don't want to be a pier runner, but they are fun videos to watch. You just don't want to be that person. Oh, sun's going to try to peek out here a little bit. Again, it rained a little bit earlier, just spotty rain, like 5 or 10 minutes, twice while we were in Old Town. And then it stopped, but it has been cloudy most of the day, which is fine. The temperature is no longer, it was cold the first 2 days we were up near Venice. There's a whole story about day 1, which we have not the time to tell. It was pretty much the largest disaster I've ever seen on any cruise line. And it was due partially to the rain, partially to some serious incompetence. But the days since leaving the Venice area have been fairly nice. Yes, a little cloud cover, but the temperatures have gone up. Okay, we got two people or somebody on foot, but they're really leisurely coming around the corner there. I'm betting they're Viking people because they're in no particular hurry at all. Looks like the shuttle might actually, yeah, the shuttle's going to check on them, but now he's waved them off. Is the second gangway still out?
Yes, but the employees are getting on. The Norwegian people are getting on.
Yeah, those two people are rocking way too leisurely. They got to be on Viking. The people coming down there past the little yellow building. Either that or they're too old to run and don't care. It's hard to tell from here. It's a weird looking tour boat just came in right there. It looks like it has some sort of hydrofoils out to the side. I don't know if that gets up to some sort of speed while it's on the ocean. It's kind of looks like a submarine above water. It's long and kind of short and covered. Oh, the tour bus is going back out. There were city buses that were hired as tour buses. So that one, they're the blue buses. Those are the ones we ran, a different one, of course, we rode into Old Town, which was pretty reasonable. It was €2 per person, which is more expensive than if you were to pay at a ticket machine, but they either didn't have a ticket machine here at port or I missed it. So we had to pay when we got on board, which is a little bit more expensive. But €2 a person each way. It's not terrible. And they took cards, so you didn't have to have exact change, which was excellent because I only had three euro coins left. And after that, I just had bills, and they probably didn't make change. So taking a card was definitely good. If you're ever traveling overseas, always remember to use your travel card because they don't charge you exchange. They only do the exchange fee. There's no service fee with that. So don't use your regular credit cards when you're overseas because you will get jacked up. Also, if you ever go to a foreign anywhere, we learned this back in Mexico way back when. If you're ever outside of the U.S. and you go to an ATM or a credit card terminal and it offers to do your exchange there, don't ever accept that option. Decline that option. Then your bank back in the States will do the conversion. It's far, far cheaper. At an ATM, which we tried here, which I had neglected to set a PIN code on my credit card, I'd forgotten. It was a $30 difference between the terminal doing the exchange and my bank doing the exchange. So never accept the conversion at the terminal. Well, this guy right here apparently has stole all of our fun for the day. I see two bodies coming out. If they don't have any hurry to them, we'll sign off, but let's see. And we are not using the ship data. If you travel internationally, ask me about the SIM company that I used. It is an excellent SIM company. It's working in every country, costing about 20% of what AT&T would have charged me. And if you don't even buy a package, if you watch a 30-second ad, they'll give you 60 minutes of high-speed internet. It's an unusual company I've not seen before that I discovered before we came. And it's been great. It's been great. It's called Firsty, F-I-R-S-T-Y. It does work in the U.S. if you want to try it out. And I can talk about that some other time. I couldn't use it on my phone because first and only time I never bought a phone full price. I just went through the company, AT&T, which I don't ever do. Even though I had an extra eSIM slot, it was locked because I still am paying them, which I thought was silly. So I wound up buying an inexpensive phone that was partially broken off of eBay. It had a slight issue with the screen, but totally readable. And I wound up reprogramming it. It works great. Works great as a SIM. Works great as a hotspot because I'm using my S24 to record this, and it's just sitting back as a hotspot we can both use. So whatever in port, we have full internet, full access, and then when we're on the boat away from port, they give you that 150 minutes 150 minutes that you can use on and off throughout your cruise, and that just works fine for anything we need to do. Well, it doesn't look like we'll have anything for you today. No pier runners at this, thanks to the shuttles. So we'll see you again maybe tomorrow in Santorini, depending upon what we can see. And after that, Mykonos or Split, and we'll see if we can get anything fun. Enjoy yourselves back home. We'll see you soon.